Hey, what's going on? We're the Melanated Anime Club. Welcome to our show.
Hi,
Nice to be here.
we are
How's everybody
welcoming
doing out there?
you, hopefully well.
Yeah, we did this show almost exclusively because Ramon said he'd be here if we did, and sure enough, he's here.
Is he?
We
I have
just-
not seen a comment deriding me.
Well, we got one person here
Just
from
yet.
Twitch, so
Okay,
it might be Ramon. Yeah, so we never know.
probably.
But we're here. I
That's
wanted
word.
to switch it up a bit. I know that we had about a month-long break of One Piece, and so we took about a month-long break, and we had another break of One Piece, but we decided to come back. Sure, we'll go over and talk about some of the stuff in One Piece, but I think it's been just disgusting how much we are in the end game of My Hero Academia.
Oh my God, yes.
And how it feels like
It's
no
rude.
one, like in all of the different things, no one's really
In
talking
all
about.
of the platforms, no one is saying a
Everyone-
word, especially after last week.
Oh my
Especially
God. I think
Uh,
after last week, everyone's just like in a collective
we're in shock.
pause, holding their breath.
I'll be honest
Are
with
we-
you. I
we're
feel like
still-
most people forgot about My Hero Academia. Like the season 6 announcement got some eyes back on it, but I feel
Yeah.
like there's just been so much stuff in the anime world that over the last. I mean, 6 years ago in 2006, My Hero Academia was the hottest shit, right? That's when everyone
It
was
is.
like, "Yo, dude, you got to check this out."
2016.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
Sorry, I was doing quick math. It didn't add up. I'd have to
No,
call
you're
you out
right.
a little bit.
yeah, 2016
Yeah.
is what I meant to say. But like 6 years ago, when it was the hottest thing, everyone was talking about it. It was everywhere. But since then, we've gotten, Demon Slayer. Was it Kaizen
Jujutsu
Jujutsu?
Kaisen.
Another one. Jujutsu Kaisen is really hot right now.
Mhm.
Like Spy X Family, I feel like has definitely been coming up a lot in conversations I'm seeing about anime.
IX Family. Let me tell you, when I went to that convention 2-3 weeks ago, that was the main cosplay of the convention.
Yeah.
Like there were so many people dressed up as the mother, the assassin in that show, as well as the little girl.
Yeah, the little girls
Like there were so many
Don't ask.
grown men dressed up as the little girl
Little
Anya
girls, yeah.
that it was kind of ridiculous, but I also enjoyed it at the same time.
No, absolutely. But I'm just saying there's like a bunch of new shows, like even the whole run of like Dr. Stone pretty much at this point is like pretty much like Promised Neverland wrapped up. It's done its whole run.
Yeah.
And it was like hot. Dr. Stone isn't as hot as it was. It's about to kind of come near its end here. But it does just seem like My Hero Academia is kind of fallen by the wayside, like the way that 2 or 3 years ago people would have said like Deku is the big three, the current big three. I argue
Right.
that's probably not the case anymore. Easily not the case anymore.
I mean,
I don't know.
yeah, I don't know about that either. I just think honestly,
Right.
it's because of how epic One Piece is and the sheer amount that is happening right now. Like, think about it. It just wrapped up Wano,
Mhm.
the largest, if the longest and largest arc of the series.
Well, let's see if it's over yet, just because we haven't got our official chat. Our Act 3? We still haven't gotten Act 3 is over yet.
I don't know if we're going to.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just like we
But-
might still be in Wano. Like I don't know what it's going to be. That's all.
It's just weird. Well, based on the volume releases, the last volume was the last Wano volume. And I was looking at the chapters that have been released, and the next chapter should be the last one of the volume. It's all wrap up of Wano, setup of the next world.
Okay.
So like we're gonna come back, and I have a feeling that chapter is going to do the final wrap up of like, cool, Luffy and them are setting off. Where are they going? Why? Fill in a couple blanks. They're off into their next thing, and the closeout of like this is where the rest of the world is like. Might get some Kobe information or something like that, because
Ooh.
Cross Guild was the last thing that we got.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that just is such a huge shift. And if you like, that's all that's happening, and all of that plus One Piece Red is coming out at C2E2. That was like boom, front and center, big old advertisement, big old One Piece Sunny ship, film Red. So
Yeah, the
it
Sunny?
is
Nice, dude.
Oh, nice.
Yes, they did. Really mad I didn't spend more time on the floor because I was coming back from somewhere else. But
You gotta work,
it
brother.
is
I get it.
right. There is so much in the zeitgeist right now for One Piece from the beginning of this year. what was it? January was like first longest running series to ever exist. Beat out Batman, 1,000
Yeah, took
chapters.
out Batman. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
To
good because
now,
Batman.
absolutely. Like if you're gonna be a rich, mediocre white man, use that
At least
money
be,
for good.
yeah, at least be Tony
Use
Stark.
that,
You know what I mean?
right? I mean, take the money from the weapons that you make and then do philanthropy. Don't take the money that you make from weapons and be your one man badass show.
Well,
That's just assault.
I got a question. Because this is just a random Batman question because I thought I knew a good amount about Batman, but like, what exactly was the Wayne Corporation into? Was it just like a bunch of
Everything.
different?
Yeah, it was like
I feel like
imagine.
it's varied, right?
Yeah, very. It's like they literally had hands in building Gotham City. Like there's this old there's this like thing that they've like brought in the lore recently. Like it's part of like the package for like the Gotham Knights game that's about to come out. And it's like 400 years ago, the Waynes, the Arkhams, and the Cobblepots all essentially like built Gotham up.
Okay, yeah. I've heard that before. Yeah.
Are the Cobblepots the owl people?
No, Cobblepots is the Penguin's family.
Yeah.
Which family?
Penguin, the Penguin.
Penguin fan. Okay,
because also a Cobblepot. But I mean, the owls might be from there as well.
Yeah, so. There are a separate
the Quarter Owls was the secret society of the founding families of Gotham and
the
in the background. Yeah.
So yeah, they're associated. But all this stuff about One Piece, it's like it's huge and it's lasted and it's coming to its end. So I'm not shocked that nothing else is getting talked about just because of how big it is.
No, and I get it. It's the big 25th anniversary of One Piece was the big deal at the beginning of the year. We've had events all summer, year.
We just reached 100 volumes.
Well, I think even
the volume never done before.
Even after Film Red comes out, I believe we have Odyssey coming out in November or December. So they're getting that video game ready.
Oh, right, yeah.
And apparently they're like, no, we're making a One Piece JRPG. We've learned from our mistakes. So it's like, hey, you had me a JRPG.
I love a good JRPG.
Are they doing a real JRPG? Is it still going to be JRPG light, which is me running around with my powers and beating up like?
I mean, it's an anime JRPG, so you got to sprinkle. There's a grain of salt there. You're gonna get most of what you want, but now you can get everything what you want.
Like what I'm gathering is it's like the modern. Maybe like not 2013, like the modern Final Fantasy style of game where it's like you have your party, you can still control things. It's active battle, but you can pause and kind of do things. That's what I gathered from what I've seen, but they haven't. I mean, that's one of the things that's also shady. They haven't really done a lot of here's more stuff about the game. They've really focused on the movie. But I mean, even with that talking about My Hero Academia kind of moving to the side in the zeitgeist a little bit. The story about high schoolers, most of the kids that were in high school when that started are out of it, probably not even worried about high school no more. A lot of
when My Hero started?
My Hero started, yeah. If you were the freshman when Deku was coming in
definitely.
and you were like, this is me.
Oh, yeah, you're out of college.
Oh, yeah.
You're out of college.
Yeah, you probably don't have that feeling anymore. Then on top of that, I think when All Might is kind of went out for the count and we're not going to see full strength All Might, I Am Here come back. I think that's kind of when a lot of it went away too. One of their key figures of marketing is gone.
You could say
I think a lot of people would consider All Might to be My Hero Academia. So
true.
I see that, but it's much deeper than that. It's about
it is.
No, I'm with you. I think another thing is that we've spent so much time on Deku's story. We worked out we've gotten to really care for the rest of the ensemble, which is one of the perks of why My Hero Academia works so well, is because they had 12 people in Class A and we could care about almost all of them.
About all 12.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I feel like that's where My Hero Academia shines and where Naruto lost, because they stopped focusing on the ensemble, stopped focusing on the group that everyone was a part of, and it became
just
Naruto
on the
and Sasuke,
two.
which to a point worked, but also we became
lost what
fans
a lot
of all
of
these
us,
secondary characters. We wanted I think it's a great crime that Kiba never got more shine. Everybody got shine but Kiba. And I don't know, I thought he was an interesting character and he could have done more with him. But the only thing he did was get an extra head on that giant dog man beast form. Like
Yeah.
3-headed dog.
True.
That's it. But that's my rant about Naruto and like how they didn't do the side characters well.
Fair.
No, I mean you're not wrong. Like that's I think part of the reason. I mean this is the catch of My Hero Academia. What makes it a little bit different is that My Hero Academia starts off with this is the story of the greatest hero that ever lives. So we already know how this is going to end at some level.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of one of the reasons that My Hero Academia like has is anytime you kind of set up an ending at the first line, it's going to usually be rough because I don't know, you can't really move with things. But I will say that once they did the whole Deku has to be away from all of his friends and he has to go through this whole thing and he's talking to these like people in his head, I quit caring as much as I did when it was like, how is Wacky Sound Guy and Rock Person going to team up today? You know what I mean? Like how is Lightning Boy and Shadow Bird going to deal with this
Were you invested because their names, I'm pretty sure, aren't Lightning Boy and Shadow Bird? And like, how
Listen,
invested were you in these characters to
I
begin
know it's
with?
Tokoyami. I know it's fuck, I forgot his name. You got me.
Point made.
I just had it a second ago. Kaminari, thank you.
Kaminari.
Yeah. Earphone Jack, thank you. I know her name.
And gender, good.
Gyro, yes.
Yeah, Gyro. Which is actually a reference to Hunter x Hunter, but we'll talk about that later. That is part
No,
of
you
our
did not
overview.
just
Oh
go
God,
Gyro.
that's a quick segue. I loved it.
All right, there we go. So Roman is here. He's throwing in some words.
Yep. Words,
make sure that we pop them up.
phrases.
Yeah, shout out to all of our viewers, all 4 of y'all right now.
I appreciate each and every one of you.
Just in case you missed the beginning and didn't know where we are, we're kind of loosely talking about My Hero Academia. We feel like not enough people are talking about it.
And they should.
We want to. By not talking about it, by talking about all these other things.
Well, because if we talk about it, we're going to spoil so much goodness that is going on. Like, they've split up, and so much is getting resolved. Like, I think the last time we talked about My Hero Academia, not Shoto. What's his name? Endeavor's son had just beat his brother.
Yeah, Todoroki, Shoto.
Yeah, Shoto Todoroki.
Oh, okay.
Now,
I
think the last time that we talked about My Hero Academia, and it wasn't like super in depth that we kind of just talked about it. I believe it was when, and maybe my timing is off because it has been a while, but it was when Deku finally like broke through and like got to talk to like the last two. Do you remember that? Of his like
he did talk to the last one, but then it cut off.
It was like a quick panel, but like there was nothing more in depth with it.
No,
right? Like that's what I'm saying.
This is the first. Oh,
he's
you're
like,
the first, and then
the first is like I got something. Right. Like he was about to turn and say, and then it like cut. Like that's how I.
Yeah. Like, at that point, he had escaped the trap that Toga set up for him because he got pulled into the warp when he wasn't supposed to, and ended up like
Oh God, Toga, my love for you is pain, and I have to hurt you. What?
Oh no, dude! The last thing. Okay, so I remember now. The last thing we read before this all happened, it was Earphone Jack and Tokoyami kind of like putting in what they thought was going to be some damage. It wasn't damage, but then Mirio showed up, and then the power trio, the big three.
No, because Tokoyami and Jiro were fighting all for one with Endeavor and Hawks, and that's somewhere different than the big three are with Mirio and them. They're in like this giant stadium.
The thing that was built to fight what's his face? Yeah, Shigaraki.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, because Bakugo is about to start the fight, and that kind of brings us to what we're talking about. Maybe even the title of the chapter. Let's do this. Let's go into this. Let's do a little bit of a tribute let's do a little bit of a tribute of our favorite moments of our boy, Almighty God, Dynamite.
Like it's a tribute. Oh man.
Explosion, Murder God, Dynamite. Well,
Explosion,
I think
God.
we just got started at the beginning.
So he was just like little shitty kid, right? That's how we're always kind of showing him. Even as a youngest child, he's just like a shitty bully type of kid. And I think I think just the last couple moments that we saw in his flashback in this last chapter was just like wild about how he was the way. I mean, isn't this the case? Like we always
Anytime
find
you're
out, like,
flashbacking in anime during like a major action
battle.
scene, you just gotta feel,
Oh.
you know, the writings on the wall. You don't feel good.
Oh, I
about
didn't
what-
see that. Oh God, I was just so in the moment.
you
It
didn't see
showed
that
his
chapter?
mom. We've only seen his mom one other time before this. And she was just
Stop
like,
telling me it
"The
was in my
kid-
face, and I was.
the
Oh.
kid hates rain. That
Yeah.
boy hates rain. Hurts.
Like the fact that he got his powers and developed them, and they said like due to the device he made for his palms, he's putting undue strain on himself. Like when you learn what Bakugo was really doing to himself to be the best, it made it even more heartbreaking, especially with his line of "Can I finally catch up to you? Am I finally able to catch up with you, man?" That was such like a heartbreaker. He was Deku. We've all known is like this great big. Also, that's the best picture for you to freeze on, Matt. For all my, oh, you came back. Damn. It froze mid eye roll. You looked great. But no, it was just like we know Deku's the big fan of All Might. It turns out that Bakugo might have been just as big of a fan. Bakugo and Deku both had their issues with their father, one being weak, one not being around. And it's just really interesting to kind of see that Bakugo, I mean, we all kind of guessed this, that Bakugo was this way because he wanted what Deku had, right? Like, especially the relationship with All Might, especially when they finds out. And I think it's great that, okay, listen, All Might's like, don't tell anyone. Bakugo comes in, he's like, all right, let me break this down to you. So it was really cool that Bakugo's redemption arc kind of meant something, even though he didn't really do anything wrong. Just being a little shitty kid for the most part, and just
I mean, I'm glad he had his growth and character development.
Yeah, and
he's coming with
just a lot of good moments where he finally kind of lived like he's kind of the opposite of Usopp. A bunch of lies and braggadocious, and while Usopp's lies tend to become truth, Bakugo's tend to not, except for this moment where he actually like held his own, did the heroic thing in a positive way per se, shocked everyone around him. I don't think that any of the teachers, any of the big three were expecting him to make that move, that sacrifice play, if you will. And he did. And then I think a lot of the internal things, a lot of Bakugo's last moments, I think were really some of the most powerful moments in this. One of the ones being when Shigaraki's like, "You're an extra, you're a nobody. Why am I afraid of you right now? Why do I feel threatened?" And it's just a moment because Bakugo finally achieved that. Like, I'm an all powerful. I'm Dynamite. You know what I mean? He literally got to be Dynamite in that moment.
He
and I
exploded.
thought that was really cool. And his literal heart came out of his chest.
Did his heart come out of his chest, or was he punched through the chest? I don't remember.
No, I think the nitroglycerin backed up into his heart.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, because I didn't. Okay, cool. Yeah, he over-secreted so much nitroglycerin, and it was just circulating his body that it just he made himself a bomb. Wow.
Right. And then essentially that's what happened.
Have we been set up?
It's possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because like I don't want to believe that's the end of Bakugo, but like
because
but at the same time, anime will do that to you. It's like you want to believe that Deku's going to come in right at the last second and save him, but at the same time, that could just be further character development for Deku and just fueling the fire. Being like, I gotta get Shigaraki.
Okay, my thing is that
Roman.
We don't know.
Let me just go ahead and let's do a quick catch up.
Don't entertain it. Don't entertain it.
I'm not entertaining that last one, but we do have other people than Roman that have chatted in that we need to acknowledge.
That is fair.
So this would be great. A flashback chapter, Bakugo and his mom. I don't really know, man. Like, what's Bakugo's mom gonna do to anything other than either she was shitty to him or she was good with him? I think
she cut the sides of the bread off the sandwiches when she sent him to school, and that would be the memory that we flash back to.
All right. Hold on. I gotta scroll over to get to this real quick, and then right, give a shout out to Phoebe.
Thank
Make
you,
me care
Phoebe.
about Bakugo. I mean, hey, look, I think the truth is Bakugo is one of those characters that you either love or you hate. There's not really like a middle ground with Bakugo. So one way or the other, you care about Bakugo.
And then like
Yeah,
he
he's
grows on you
really
too.
annoying.
Like even if you
Yeah.
don't like him initially, like he goes through certain character developments, and you're just like, all right, I see the growth, I see the change, and like you're growing on me. I like it.
And that's
Yep,
the thing
and
about
then-
Bakugo.
Next thing,
A lot of times
just
in
like
these situations,
catch
when
it.
you have this like super aggressive kind of like type of character, they don't learn anything. And with Bakugo, you saw him have
He's
the
actually
learning
learning.
moment and process it and adapt it.
Mm-hmm.
It's growth. He does
Like
human
even
growth.
at that first moment when we see Class 1A and Class 1B going against each other, and it's Bakugo's team's turn, and he's just like, and you see the flashback of him telling them like, if you guys are in trouble, I'll save you. Like you can rely on me to do that, and he did, and it was amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, it's about Bakugo. Thanks for the love. We know we always like it out here. And then I guess we got to. Ramon has one like dumb thought, and then has like a really great thought.
Only
Unfortunately, we
one
gotta
dumb
take both of
thought?
them.
In the words of 2 Chainz.
He spelled chains wrong on 2 Chains. Come on, man.
And oh
Z.
god,
All right, and then here, so this is good here. So Bakugo has to die so that Deku can go into overload mode when he fights. Then you have that. Do I save Shiragaki? I can kill him. He's gonna kill him. That's one way or the other. He's not even gonna control that. Shigaraki gonna die. But that's neither here nor there. I do think that you have a point here, Roman, though, because did we just watch our Krillin die?
Don't compare Bakugo to
no, Bakugo is not Krillin in the least.
I will
bit.
compare Bakugo to the strongest human that ever existed. I will compare him to that exactly. So I don't care
You
what
mean
you say.
Tien?
Krillin outclassed Tien, didn't he?
I don't think so.
No, I think Tien was a god.
I don't think Tien was a god. I'm not gonna say that.
He had a third eye.
That doesn't mean he's a god.
I think that's pretty godlike.
I mean, Outsu had Pikachu cheeks. Come on.
I don't know if it deserves the music, but aggressive. I will say that.
What you're gonna say that Bakugo's a Vegeta?
A little bit, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I mean, in the way of those classic like anime duos that
Yes.
you have, like
Yes.
he is the Vegeta of My Hero Academia. I will say that.
Mangud. There you go. Mangud.
Okay.
The fuck
Thank
is
you,
that?
Matt.
Well, instead of lawyered,
Yep, Mangud.
Mangud.
I like it.
Okay.
Even
Fucking
though it's
dumb. All right.
how much your mother wants to pick that.
Yeah,
I watched that film. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, my fire apartment burned down. I was watching TV. CBS was 2, and the best signal I could get.
I
The show
respect
had
it.
just premiered. So
You're loved, Matt. It's okay.
It's okay. When the show first came out, you were the target demographic, so it's all good.
oh shit. Fuck you.
But he's right.
Oh god.
He's right.
I know he's right. Don't have to be right and speak words. Ah.
All right, listen, I can tell the vibe is we've lost the vibe in here.
Let's get back on track.
If you got it, load it, spark it, roll it, whatever. It's time for the world famous hashtag group hub.
Is that twice? No, it's not. I said do it twice.
Oh, do you need another one, Matt? Are you good? All right.
I'm coping. I'm coping better now.
All right, so let's talk back to this question here. We saw that Bakugo's heart literally exploded out of his chest.
I won't say
Yeah.
out of his chest. It looked more internal to me.
How do explosions work?
See, that's the thing. The thing is that the heart was still intact, right? It didn't look like the heart was like shattered into a million pieces. That was my main takeaway.
Yeah.
It looked like
Really?
it was like a-
I'm gonna look at it again just to double check, but I don't.
But like,
I mean, I get that too.
could Blue Genius, in theory, stitch him back up?
I mean, he's the ultimate seamstress.
Oh
She's
no!
right there. Mirio's right there. People that could potentially help, or there could homeboy
Nah,
eat
man.
something.
No.
Homeboy eat something and then do like healing something. I mean, it's probably not true, but just anime
Who's eating?
logic.
Bakugo?
No,
No,
the other member of the big three. He
Sunny
does
Bear.
that power where he eats shit and gets the ability. He did that super cannon because
Oh,
he ate like everything.
does he have the ability? He just used every single thing he's eaten to do a blast, ultra blast. Is he having
No,
strength to do anything?
I'm with you. That's kind of the whole thing. I'm coming up with the what ifs of
also,
how do we possibly save
Bakugo
Bakugo?
I don't think so. I don't think you can
Yeah.
because I don't
Okay.
know how you get a mouthful of blood like that.
Okay,
No,
so here's
it's
the
everywhere.
thing. When I first read this chapter, I focused only on his face in this last scene and the All Might trading card that's bloodied beside him,
Yes,
but I didn't notice the hole in his chest. Yeah,
it's a full
Oh.
hole.
there's
Yeah,
a
it's a
hole
full
in his chest.
It's like a clean-
that's
It's a clean hole.
explosive.
It's not like an explosion. It is a clean hole. That's why I was kind of confused. Now,
That's why I thought he got
Oh.
punched through the chest.
Okay. Roman just brought up a good point.
wait.
Aries an option. She can
Oh,
rewind.
Ari. Okay.
He put
I guess that's
Aaron, but I
true.
think he meant Ari. Yes.
No, he definitely meant Ari. They made up a point that Ari was nearby. Like they made up. Didn't they say that like at one point that Ari was kind of close because he was with Mirio?
I don't know. I don't know because they never fully explained how like she gave Mirio his powers back.
Right, that's true.
We just
So we do have a lot more about
Um,
Ari to learn. Now, one thing I do want to hold on. I'm going to scroll back while I look up this thing. Whatever you're about to say, Matt.
No, you say your thing because I'm still formulating.
Okay, so there's this shot which I'm assuming is like Bakugo's last moments, and
Yeah.
it's him, and there's like a spirit form, right? And he's like,
Right.
oh right. So when we finally met, I never had this chance to ask. Now my question is, who is that spirit? Like, who is that he's connecting with?
I think it's his
Maybe
grandfather.
No, I mean it looks like.
Or
looks
is it
like
his
that-
dad?
It could have been.
It looks like that spirit of All Might that like
Number
It is
one.
the first.
is
Yeah,
in One
it's the
for
first.
All.
It's the first.
So I think it might be Bakugo's family spirit is tied into
It's
the
the
All for One.
first.
And I would even reckon to guess that at the end of this, when Deku finally takes out Shigaraki at the end, he is going to use one of Bakugo's signature attacks because he will, with like the power of the All Might, maybe gain some of the ability of Bakugo.
See, it looks like that spirit form he was looking at looked like what All Might looks like in One for All.
Right.
All for One. Yeah, you know what I'm talking
Within
about.
the spirit, like when he's in his ultimate spirit, like his best view when he had All for One.
Like, because when Deku's looking at all the past spirits of One for All, like
Toshinori doesn't look the same that he does in real life. I get what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
The way he's viewed in the spirit world.
yeah,
Can we just call it the All Might?
inside the quirk, yes.
Right.
Yes.
And
So
so
inside the quirk looks the same way he does here, and
Yes.
like I don't
Well,
know.
I agree.
I think there were some.
But
There were
this
some
is
theories
this is
back
the
in
way.
day.
Well, I agree with you, Wes, because when he talks to the spirit, he goes, "Hey, I never had a chance to ask you for that autograph."
Yeah,
And that's what kicks that off is that conversation with him in the spirit world. He's in his like it's like one of the last pages of the most recent chapter.
362. Yeah.
Yeah, it is page.
I never got to ask you. For
page
that
11.
autograph.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
And then that's what kicks off his flashback. I was pretty much going through a punk phase, is what he says, and then.
So, to that point, it looks like All Might, right?
Yes.
But it's definitely All for One. Because if you go 2 pages back to the person that is grayed out, that looks like the first. As in the first person, the one he hasn't been able to connect with, or one of the two he hasn't been able to connect with or Deku hasn't been able to connect with within the All Might spirit. So there is some connection between Bakugo's family and All for One.
All right, so Ramon, I'm gonna start off by saying this: it's not canon.
They immediately retconned it.
Yeah, it's not canon. No anime movie ever is canon.
Unless someone comes out and says it's canon, like they did with
this is the only thing that potentially makes it canon.
Some Dragon Ball Super movies, that was it.
The Super movies are canon?
Yeah.
Man, I have not watched or read a damn thing on Super, and I should.
It's okay. I can tell you everything you need to know later. It's fine.
I will say this though. I kind of want to go and see the Gohan superhero movie.
Yeah, I'm going. Matt, we need to figure out a day to go do that.
Okay.
I'm very excited to see my boy Gohan get some more shine after so many years of being wronged.
I mean, that's one of the reasons I quit caring about Dragon Ball is because they did Gohan dirty after Cell. But
true.
Let's make Goten a thing, and then let's fuck him over too. Yeah.
I mean, that's how families work, right?
Well, the oldest son's supposed to be getting something.
Mm-hmm.
Supposed to. Always supposed to.
Okay, let's not dig into some our own trauma, right?
But
now.
Again, there's some connection here because why are you showing the first?
I don't know
what you're talking about.
Okay,
what page number?
Oh, okay.
He says, "Go to hell."
Yeah, there's that one spirit in One for All.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I see him. I missed that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's that one spirit in One for All that always kind of looked like Bakugo. That like people were like theorizing like, oh, Bakugo got sent.
That's Bakugo. Who is that?
Blah blah blah. Yeah.
When it could have just been simple as his grandfather.
Shit, I dead ass thought that was Naruto.
What?
Military Naruto, like you know how they do like weird tributes to each other, like
what? Yo, why? Why would that be there,
dude? He's I don't know. That's some story plot. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm over here asking these questions.
Okay. Who's the first?
I didn't think it was actual. I didn't think it was actual Naruto, right? Like you know, like in the past that he's drawn like rubber band guy that's had a straw hat on as like a backing character, right? Like
yes.
Like he does that, but it wouldn't be here. I mean, I know he wouldn't have
second user start. Okay, yeah. So nope, they just showed the second user. Short spiky hair, large scar across his front of his face, wears a combat jacket with a large black collar. He is also equipped with a pair of gauntlets on his arms, which is seemingly uses to attack. Blah blah blah. Resistance movement against all for one. They don't know anything about him.
Yeah.
However, he just looks a lot like Bakugo, who just died. Like, why is that happening?
It looks like buff Bakugo.
Yeah, just older Bakugo. That's
right.
What it is. He's an adult.
How is he pissing me off so much? Because you know him, the random extra who doesn't even possess all for one. What?
Oh man!
Am I suddenly panicking? Go to hell. Boom. Hey. I know you.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Thank you, Matt. You just unlocked something. I'll give you flowers. I'm giving them to you.
I'm taking my flowers, be they petunias, roses, other plants with blooms.
What is a third flower, Matt?
One more flower.
Name me a third flower, Matt.
Sunflower.
There we go.
All right.
Damn, you couldn't give us one flower, damn, dude.
I got you two.
I mean, I'll give you credit for petunias. That's a random flower to bring up.
How is rose? Okay, yeah. Petunias is random.
Petunias just aren't like the first flower you think of.
It like a petunia is not like I'm giving you this flower. It's like I'm gonna plant this flower.
Why would you give someone a petunia though?
Have you ever gone to a flower shop and saw a petunia for sale?
Yes.
Only place I ever see petunias is in like
I can't even picture what a petunia looks like.
Isn't that a store with plants that you said? You said a garden center. I'm like, yes, that's where I would see it.
No, I'm sorry. I mean like a florist versus a garden. I'm gonna plant this versus I'm gonna buy this and give to someone.
Yeah, I would have to go to a garden center that's not so much a florist in order to get a petunia. They have roots and plants and soil.
They have bulbs and shit.
Bulbs?
Yeah,
you say bulbs?
Yeah, they're petunia bulbs.
Big old bulbs like roses.
Tulip bulbs is also a thing.
Bulbs. See? Elevated mood.
There you go.
Yeah, I got some of that flour too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make it a Mac Sunday. Mac is amazing.
Yeah.
Mac and me. All right. Shit. So I think
that's Mac and me. Gonna watch that movie with some Mac.
Yeah, it's a dumbass movie. For sure.
It's probably amazing with Mac.
Yeah, get some fresh McDonald's. Get some Mac.
That's not the Mac I'm talking about.
I'm saying get both of them because Mac and Me is an advertisement for McDonald's. It'll just hit the spot.
Oh, it is? Okay, so then yeah. You know what? This another sidebar because Matt's here. The first time I watched Super Size Me, 45 minutes in, I got hungry. I left, and because they had already laid out all the calories for things, I went and got a Big Mac, large fries, large drink, and that large drink was a shake. And I came back, ate it, and finished watching it.
Like, so, I feel like I should hit you with that, but like,
you can't.
It's just genius.
Yeah, it's just like what. Here, I know. Here in these situations, I know what to do.
No. No.
Just a quick combo, real quick.
No.
Let's do antithesis. That's what happens.
I will say that this is a great sign of growth.
Shut up.
Specifically hair growth.
Shut up. Hit yourself in that. I hate it so much. And I can't do it.
You were the one that came to us. This is my professional headshot. In 2020.
No,
like this
it was not. I did not have this hair in 2020.
No. Did you use that picture in 2020?
I did not use that picture in 2020 for nothing.
You had told us to use that headshot, and that's why we roasted you.
No. I think you just picked that. You found that.
You went to a website and grabbed it. It's old. Screw you. I'm being set up. This is just set up.
You mean Matt didn't send this to me?
No.
This is
I just saw my old shitty A&Bs. That's what happened.
Abusive.
I did that.
I'm telling you, this is the second user is Bakugo's granddad. There, or it's Bakugo. I think it's Bakugo because he's got a chest plate. Bakugo. He's got a chest plate. Why? He's got a chest plate. No heart. Why? It exploded.
I mean, I guess.
No heart. Bakugo.
I guess we see another major antagonist who is using a machine to keep his body going. So it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility that Bakugo could have some kind of machine that keeps his body going
and somehow travel back in time.
Yes,
there'll probably be some non-canon movie that explains that. So
yeah, because I don't know how to become second user or what his connection is second user. Pretty sure just gonna go by great grandfather. Don't know why, because they've already established lineages within All for One. So I'm just gonna put another one in there.
Actually, if something came around that Toshinori was like a descendant of the second, like biologically a descendant of the second user, that wouldn't be too surprising, being the big blonde man with the dumb fucking smile. All Might.
Yeah, you didn't.
Oh yeah.
Which would also explain why Bakugo is like. I have a feeling I need to be a fan of yours. It'd be like family.
Yeah,
but it'd be cool if like Bakugo and Deku are like half cousins or some shit.
They probably are. You know,
yeah.
They're from the same city.
Yeah, everyone from the same city is probably related somehow, right, Matt?
I mean, I don't know what your father did.
Okay.
I don't know what your father did, my guy. I know what my father did.
Me neither. I don't know what mine did either.
Shit just got real. That's cool.
Too real.
Yeah, we only do another reset, so that's what I hit that for.
Yeah.
So you know, let's. What are your thoughts about my? One last little thing about your thoughts on My Hero Academia before we close up this chunk of it. What do you think we're going to see in the next chapter?
Mad dash surgery, MASH unit surgery on the field. Genist is just going to like sprout all of the genes and do some they're trying their best to save Bakugo. They're going to stitch the hell out of him.
But you forget Shigaraki's still like right there.
Yeah,
he just got hit by everybody.
I know, but like everybody was trying to stop him at that last moment, and then we don't know what happens as a result of that.
Right.
He got blown up. You saw the chest.
And we saw Bakugo.
Yeah, we saw what happened.
Right,
We didn't see what happened to
And the
Shigaraki.
explosion was going out that way. It was going out that way.
No,
Kamehameha.
no, that was not like. No. I refuse to believe that was a last ditch attack through the chest. No.
No, I mean, listen. If it wasn't self-destruct, I can definitely. A guy that calls himself Dynamite, his power is ultimately to blow up. It's like how Odin was born to boil. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's so literal, anime? What's so literal?
So I'm looking at this photo, and literally everyone hits him except Bakugo.
Are you sure that's a shot, or is that everyone trying to capture Bakugo as he's falling?
Is everyone trying to stop Shigaraki from hitting Bakugo?
It might be. So I see a kick coming and I know that lands.
You know what? I didn't notice that was like Bakugo's body upside down. Right?
Yeah, his body's upside down, and he's
that's
shooting
Shigaraki's
something out
chest.
his hand.
Yeah,
And that's like his head or chest. Is he headbutting Bakugo in the chest and then getting kicked in the back?
No,
like there's a lot going
on. That's his arm.
Okay, so then the arm hit, but the arm hit at the same time that the explosion hit as well. So he has no arm.
The shitload of arms are all like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and that's being held back by whose cables? I don't know.
Genus.
No, I think it's
no. It's what's her name who can shoot things out and it curves. She's just got a real thin one like that, and everyone is hitting him, including
it's the third member of the big three. So not Food Guy, not Mirio, but the girl.
Food Guy's at the top.
Nejire, her powers look like I'm talking about the coils here. I think that's best Genus. Like because one of them is wrapped around Bakugo's leg to pull him away, and the other is pulling Shigaraki in the other direction.
So that could be Genus. I mean, isn't Aizawa around here
Genus.
too?
It's Genus because I went a couple back.
No, not Aizawa. Yeah, Tape Boy's not here. You're right.
It's Genus. It's Genus because if you go a couple back when he says no, you mustn't. You see them, so he's trying to stop Bakugo from going forward, and in the process, trying to that's Genus.
Yeah, it's Genus because you see the next page. You see Genus like pulling him. Yeah.
Yep, you got him. Okay. Wow.
All right. But so for my guess on where this goes now is now that Bakugo is dead, the All Might Spirit Quirk family is all aware of it. So I think we're gonna cut back to
we you know what?
Stain.
That's probably what's gonna happen because remember the last time we saw Deku, the first was talking to him. He's like, "Hey, I just thought of something, blah blah blah," and then we got cut away.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Didn't we cut away to this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like it was this before it was this.
It was like earlier in this
probably
fight.
Got to cut.
We cut away to where Mirio popped up, and that's where it was before all this. But
we are gonna. I bet we're gonna cut back and get that explanation.
But I think we're gonna go to All Might. I think we're gonna go to All Might and Stain because like it's been a minute since they've been
maybe
together, and I think that their part of the story is gonna fill in the gap that we're missing because we need to start going to the story of people that have had the All Might in them, right? So I think that he's gonna have to come in, and my guess is he's gonna have to probably die, and then Deku gets his like Super Saiyan 4 Ultra Instinct Edition.
Stop it. Just stop.
Black Instinct, Black Ultra Instinct, because there's multiple ones now.
Yeah, Ultra Ego, whatever one Vegeta got.
That's Vegeta, not Vegeta's one. Goku has multiple ones now too. He's got White Ultra Instinct, which is more difficult to use because his brain needs to be no, there's no blue. It's white or black.
Super Saiyan Blue, right?
No, it's white or black.
What about Super? No, Roman, we're not about to hear you out.
No, just it's no.
Flat, no.
You know, actually, in fact, you know what? That's we're gonna wrap it up here with My Hero Academia. It's gonna be shorter than normal, but we'll have a little brief One Piece discussion. I'm gonna do this. So Roman's little comment here, it did make me think about something. Not necessarily related to anything that we're talking about per se, but I remember when I was kind of going through watching all of the One Piece episodes, there used to be like episodes where they'd have Luffy, Goku, and like Toriko's.
Oh yeah,
Toriko, the ramen dude. Yeah, the crossover ones. Yeah.
They have crossover episodes. They don't do that shit no more, do they?
No, there's not much to cross over with.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you can't tell me there's some world where Luffy goes to My Hero Academy or some shit.
Nope.
UA.
Oh God.
Nope.
I mean, I would. What would they even? Yeah.
What did Goku and Luffy do?
You're right.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Like, a better place to accept that when I first saw those episodes, but like now in my head, I'm just like, that shit don't make sense.
No, it does. What doesn't make sense is grown men hanging out with children.
Who's a grown man in this situation? Who was a grown man? 16-year-old's a grown man?
He is 8. He's like 20 something now.
It's a 2-year time skip, bro. He is 18 at most.
I can't. Post time skip, he's 19. For the record.
Okay.
We'll take it.
Fair.
All right. Now, what else? A lot of things have been going on in One Piece. What do you all want to talk about? We want to talk about Shanks. We want to talk about Shank. We want to talk about the Inawani. We want to talk about Johnny. We want to talk about Cross Guild. Something.
I just looked at that. Oh, fuck.
I want to make inane arguments about things that don't matter.
I mean, don't we all? We end up doing it.
Stupid fun. Oh my God. So much to take in.
How about the fact that we haven't seen Shanks in like 15 years, but like, you know, we've seen more Shanks in the past 2-3 chapters than we have in like the past decade.
In the series, really.
Man, it's all just to like it's weird because it's like, yes, we're seeing Shanks, but like this is all just to advertise the movie.
Definitely.
Like,
is it to advertise the movie, or is it just to say that Shanks is going to be more in the series now?
That too.
I mean, yes. One way to say someone's going to be in the series more is by showing up and then not meeting any of the characters and then leaving. That's a surefire way of being he's going to be more involved in the story. That's what I always do when I like write a new character. I'm like, introduce new character, introduce old character, don't actually talk to anyone, dip. And it's just like he talked to and interacted with the brand new admiral and then left. Yet everyone knew he was there because everyone felt his hockey. I mean, I find
talked about it though. Like you had Luffy give like a throwaway line like, "Huh, that felt familiar," or like, "I think I know who that was," something like that. But that was it.
I don't think it's important. I think the only reason that it existed, this could have been any other person. I mean, I guess it makes most sense because it's Shanks because his hockey, obviously.
Right.
But just anyone coming in and showing that Momonosuke by himself is not at a place to fight an admiral, that was really what the main point of that was, in my opinion.
What? Wait, no. Are you saying Momo's not in a place to fight an admiral?
That was like the check. That was the gut check. That was the big question everyone asked. Like that was the big
I thought it got answered, and the answer was yes.
I mean, he threw a couple blast breaths out there, but Ryogoku wasn't out for the count. He was still like ready to come back.
He was, and I think he was. I mean, he did stop him, but I think it would have gotten to the point where Momo was going to do all right.
Well, here's the thing. Momo now knows his full potential, and he's going to work better at it and become a better potential Mono now because of it.
Which is, okay, stylistically, that was the point of that interaction. Yeah. But
yes. Matt?
Yeah.
Shanks is going to be more in the story. And this is to show that this is how big of a deal he is.
No shit that the emperor that we've met since the first chapter is going to be a big deal.
So
The dude that's interacted with
he's one of the 4 Yonko, right? And we just got a new one. And that new one knows Shanks too. Like everyone who's a Yonko is related to Shanks.
We got
3 of the 4 Yonko. Actually, all 4 of the Yonko have all 3 of the other Yonko.
All 3 of the Yonko are related to Shanks in some way or fashion. Which one of those 3 is the pirate that he was spoken
Shanks
to?
and Blackbeard.
Shanks and Blackbeard go all the way back to
Scar.
Whitebeard.
No, they go back to the Scar. If I'm not mistaken, they go back to Rocks because they were both apprentices on their respective boats.
No,
he wasn't on Rocks.
Blackbeard was an apprentice when Whitebeard had his own.
Yes.
Whitebeard had his own.
Yeah, you're right, because that was when.
Right.
No,
and on that same.
Odin was with him.
That was
Odin. Roger. He was
the
with
apprentice.
Roger, not
The apprentices.
No,
They were
Blackbeard
Roger's
was with. Blackbeard was with Whitebeard.
As a
Shanks,
kid?
Yeah,
and Buggy. Yeah, Shanks and Buggy.
were with Roger.
With Rogers.
Oh, okay.
Because Ace was the one who tracked down and was trying to kill Blackbeard because he killed the guy who was originally supposed to have that fruit to get said fruit that Blackbeard now currently has. Yes.
Yeah, I actually recently watched that Blackbeard Ace fight like a week or 2 ago, and still holds up.
No, I mean that is one of the big. I remember watching that and being like, "What the fuck is the point of this battle?" It's so epic for no character that we're really following. And then,
but at the time we didn't know that like that fight was gonna set up a bit.
No, I'm saying that's like one of the brilliances of that fight is it just felt like this big fight out of nowhere, and then we got to see the aftermath of that and like this. What the fuck is this thing going on? Like 12 years later is like, holy shit, that launched everything.
Yeah, because
I'd argue that's what started the One Piece storyline. If it wasn't until that moment, it's just about a kid looking for a treasure. Once that happens, it becomes more
the chase for One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
That's because it makes the world all tied in. The brother and then the world government, and now it's just.
And now the other brother, who is the Fire Emperor.
Yeah, it became Luffy versus the world versus Luffy. Like
it's one family versus the world, really, because Luffy's dad is the Sifu to the Fire Emperor, Sabo, who's the brother.
Luffy's granddad is the motherfucker in the military setting up some shit. So
Luffy's granddad also trained Kobe, who is now a vice admiral, who just got captured, lost to Boa. I don't know. Cross Guild is taking names and then butts afterwards.
Well, a Cross Guild. No, it's a cross guard. Never mind. I was like, is a cross guild a part of a sword? But it's a cross guard is a part of the sword, not the cross guard.
Cross guard is part of it. Yeah.
But I do want to take a moment. I do want to take a moment to talk about the cross guild and how its unique makeup is very interesting and some of the things that they've done.
Yeah. So especially Zoro agrees with that too.
It is Buggy the Clown, who has proven himself to be like a master manipulator as far as like being the face of something.
Opportunity grabber, opportunist.
Yes.
And he's killing it. And he's got
understatement. He's
got the strongest swordsman in Mihawk, who's someone who gets shit done, can get things done by raw power and alone.
Yes.
So that's like one faction of power. The other one is Crocodile, who is the schemer, who is ruthless, who is the plan maker, who
had the original idea of putting bounties on Navy people.
Yeah. And so them working together is this like disgusting power trio of a weird inversion of Luffy and Buggy.
It is. They are like an inversion. They are an inversion.
Zoro and Mihawk, they're swordsmen. However, we're switching away Sanji because Sanji, I don't think, is going to fit the role of Crocodile. However, Jinbei, the newest member of the power trio, the guy who went out and saved his whole crew,
the former Shikibukai as well.
I feel like it better pairs with the alliances because that could be better paired with Luffy. No,
this is. I mean, it can pair with a lot of things. Even with the other emperors, the cross guard kind of fits. Luffy, Mihawk, and Shanks, and then Crocodile and Black. And I don't know Crocodile and Blackbeard. I don't know there's anything there, but I got it. Crocodile and Luffy because that's his mom.
Wait, what?
Okay, I'm glad you
Theory.
said that.
I hate that theory, but keep going.
Just the theory is that Crocodile is Luffy's mom. That's the theory. Ivankov made him a woman, or made him a man after he had a baby. That's the theory.
What? Okay,
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
You've been on Michelle Obama's internet, and you ain't never heard about the
Excuse
Crocodile
you?
is Luffy's mom.
Why is it Michelle
No.
Obama's internet when we're talking about?
Why are you trying to
movies?
take things away from black women?
I'm not. I'm trying to
Hey, what you got
make
against
sure that
Michelle
we don't
Obama,
have.
huh?
I don't think Michelle Obama should be the mantra or leader of matriarch of the internet that is so salacious like that.
You true. That's true.
That's all I'm
Whose
saying.
internet is it, Matt?
I don't know, but if
House
this
Lord.
world, if in this world,
So he's
on
gonna
this
take it away from
internet,
Michelle Obama to give it to nobody. Classic.
to give it to
Matt.
nobody, if it's an internet where Wes doesn't know that Crocodile is Luffy's mom, Michelle don't own that. No,
Get out of here. I don't want to. I don't want to think.
this is
about
on you, Wes.
Yo,
This is on
listen,
you, Wes.
if you one of our viewers know Michelle Obama, get her on here to let us know where she stands on Crocodile being Luffy's mom.
Fair, and then
No,
I will
let's
allow.
get it.
Then I will allow it to be under her
Oh,
moniker.
Fair enough.
Yes, because that's we're not putting that on her.
No, it's Jamie Lee Curtis. That's a One Piece fan. That's what I remember.
It's not her internet. It's not
It
Jamie
is
Lee Curtis.
definitely
It's not
not her
Jamie Lee Curtis.
internet.
Not Jamie Lee
No,
Curtis'
It is
internet.
not her
No,
internet.
I would not say that. I was just remembering that she was a One Piece fan, and it'd be fun to have her on the show. That was
Yo,
it.
no, the rumors that she's going to be playing.
Karina, not
Greyhound.
Karina.
No, Dr. Greyhound.
Yeah,
It is
Dr.
Greyhound.
Doctor, yeah. Okay.
Which would be great.
And honestly, I think she would do
Maybe
that
cast
because
me as
she's
Blackbeard,
jumping in
Derek
a
for
lot of
Blackbeard.
stuff.
Zarek for Blackbeard.
Zarek Blackbeard, yes.
Mm,
Listen, just
mm.
Zarek for Black.
Hashtag Zarek Blackbeard. Yeah.
Hashtag. You know what I'm saying?
All right. That sold it. I'm not even going to look up the other person I thought you should be. So that sold it.
Were you about to say I'm supposed to be Pedro or some shit?
No, Bluno.
Yo, I would be. Bluno sucks, but I'd be a good one.
I didn't say this isn't a rating of the quality of the characters. What other roles I think you should play? I think you should play Bluno.
Bluno doesn't say shit.
and
Though.
also-
He's just like, you gotta get someone
Okay,
loud.
that's what.
See,
All
like
right,
you
fine.
would be
Then-
you would be going on. You know what I'm saying?
Who is that?
Dude stuck in a treasure chest, green hair.
No,
First 3 chapters.
no, just no.
I
I want to be a
No.
pirate, but I can't. You know what I mean? That's you.
Oh God, just
have no idea who he is. It's-
Cool.
Don't-
No.
He takes care of the animals. Like literally, like one of the first 10 episodes.
I do like animals though. But no, you would be the dude that they met when they came back to Sabadi, who had just learned hockey. And I was like, I'm gonna stop you. And he's like, no, I'm still outclassed.
Oh, I thought you meant like I was fake Luffy.
No, that's disrespectful.
No.
Well, I would
Uh-uh.
say Caribou would be a fun one to play.
Okay, speaking of Caribou.
Oh,
There you go.
Okay.
What is
Right,
up with
you-
Caribou?
I know how to do this.
What is up with Caribou right now? Because we haven't seen Caribou
around.
in forever. It's beyond forever, right? And then he comes back and he's just skulking around and he gets a tidbit of information and he's like, oh, I need to make sure this person knows.
which
No,
I'm
we've
going to
seen-
assume is Blackbeard.
No, we've seen Caribou. So Caribou, obviously saved him in the prisons. Like obviously when they
And then,
escaped
No,
out.
no.
even
But
post-prison
he-
during the raid, once
he
Luffy
ask
falls,
about
he's the one that gives Luffy food
Yeah.
before Luffy rides the Pink Dragon Momo back up to Kaido for the final battle.
Yeah.
Where'd he come from?
He's been around. He's fucking Caribou.
Just around,
No, actually, no. I think he was.
swamp man. He's just he just skulks around.
Wasn't he about to go perv on the women in the bathhouse
He was, and then he got accidentally knocked out.
with a hockey?
Yeah. Either it was hockey or Sanji kicked him or something
can't
absentmindedly.
No, that was something else. That was something else when Sanji beat up the person somebody beat up that woman and made it pretended that Sanji had done it. you remember?
Yeah.
That was Queen. That was Queen.
And I
that
thought,
wasn't
yeah,
him.
during okay. Mm.
But it was around that time. But my interesting thing is this: if we follow the path of Caribou, where he stowed away, went down to Fishman Island, so as he left there, he got captured by Kaido and taken to prison, right?
Mhm.
True.
So did he ever report what he found in Fishman Island? Did he ever report that to his person that would find it interesting, or no?
So you're
Because he got-
saying that he was sent
know.
to Fishman Island to do something by someone.
No, I think he was just doing it on his own fruit. I mean, maybe you might be right there, but I do remember at the end of that Fishman Island when he overheard that Shirahoshi was Poseidon, and he goes, "Ooh, someone
Yes.
would love to know this information," and he left.
Right. Yeah.
But like, if you listen to the
Now he
story
knows.
that he told, he got caught on the way to go deliver that news,
Ooh.
and then he got thrown into Wano
Kaido,
jail.
now he's there, and now it's coming back. And it's like this person would love to know this as
As
well.
So, did they ever get the information of the first one to the first
I
person?
don't think so.
I don't think so.
I mean,
Or did
it's
he
not
get caught
clear.
on the way?
It's really not clear.
I mean, but we
It
also
isn't.
forget, Denden Mushi exists in this world, so he could have just grabbed like a snail and called him. They could have sent. I mean, I don't know how
True,
mail works.
because
I
we
don't know
already
how
saw
mail works.
Kobe and what's his face chatting over Denden Mushi's
Yeah,
or something like
Drake.
that. Yeah, but why can't this be next week? I want to read a chapter. I know some things. There's so much that could happen. But what? Okay, so also I think the next island will get revealed next chapter.
I think it might be. I don't know, man. There's so many things that are interesting. Of like, because they announced, didn't they say like Kid and Luffy are going to go the same direction, pretty much?
Close enough.
Well, the way the islands were set up, it's like you have an island here,
North,
an island here,
west,
and an island
west.
here, and like this one was the shortest path. That one and this one were the two that were like far away. I was confused, but yeah, they more or less chose the same two islands.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out.
But they're gone.
The Grand Line is doing stuff, but
They're gone.
there is a couple questions that I still have about Wano.
Like,
And
what?
I mean, I know where Basil Hawkins is now, so that one's all set.
Yeah,
I don't need to worry about that. He did.
You did.
But the question I do have is when we first came to Wano, there was this whole thing about swords, right?
True.
How Zoro had to give up the sword, but they gave him a couple of other swords. Luffy had a sword that he was punching people with.
Yeah.
Okiku gave it back to Tengoyama at one point. But
Yes.
now that we've been revealed who Tengoyama is, how he's Sukiyaki Odin, and he's
Who
got
is
this,
just
like,
a hobbyist of a swordsman, by the way? He's just
Yeah.
a
But
hobbyist.
he's got all of these swords. He's
Yeah.
got the ability to create and carve into poneglyphs and the ability to read those things. So that's also very interesting. Working sea stone is another thing that he has, being in
Mhm.
Wano. So I think what we're going to see is we're not going to see Momo for a while. I think Momo is going to stay on here and just really train, level up. Remember, the last thing we saw in Momo is he wanted to get some sword training from Zoro.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think we're going to get that. But when we do eventually, because one thing that I can tell you for sure in the next 3 to 5 years before One Piece is over is that the walls of Wano will break. Pluton will get freed.
Yeah,
that
has to happen.
That has to happen. And I think when that happens is when we see Momo fully ready, just like in his full on, I am Odin, I am better than Kaido, just his full power. I'm excited to see where Yamato goes. I love the queen of the Momoko Dukem being Carrot and us getting some power. But at the flip side of that, Zoe, Carrot, and then they're all part of the Grand Line now.
Mm-hmm.
Are they?
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that when Luffy needs them, Zoe's going to come and save them.
True.
There's no doubt in my mind that when Luffy calls, Carrot's like, yeah, we're going to go.
Well, I mean, Zoe will just go because he'll hear the drums.
True.
That could
Right.
I mean, also part of why he's a built-in member of the Grand Fleet.
Oh, true.
And then it's just like, I don't know. I'm excited about the whole Flame Emperor thing. Honestly, how they said Sabo may have in some circles overpassed Dragon.
Yeah.
And like as far as like the people's view.
True.
And so, I really hope we get the big moment of Dragon and Luffy reuniting again.
All these reunitings are going to happen.
I mean, I'm waiting for Garp to reunite with Luffy.
That's
like,
gonna have Garp has to
When
save Kobe.
when Kobe and Luffy finally team up, they finally meet back up. They're gonna have to need each other to take out Akainu. I'm pretty sure that Luffy will need Kobe to take out Akainu.
Ooh, maybe.
If not, Kobe taking out Akainu on his own.
Well, Kobe got captured, so why doesn't Luffy go save him?
Because we don't see. That's the thing about that news report that we got is it's like propaganda news report, right? So
totally is. So is Shirahoshi just chilling with Sabo?
We didn't find out anything about Kobe in that report, right?
Just captured. That's all.
It said he was captured.
Someone said I read somewhere
he was captured.
Yeah,
I believe.
In a what?
Okay, I have to go look at that back to that.
Yeah,
I think it was implied that he was captured, not that he actually was like. Because it said there was a capture, there was a murder, a kidnapping, and a something else.
Yes, the murder was of the father,
Cobra.
The Cobra, which was it a murder or a volunteer sacrifice to take his daughter, who was kidnapped allegedly, but she was really being scurried away by who's good?
Mosgard, the good dragon. The one who stopped the other guy.
The good dragon, who was also getting escaped with the Sabo in them. Like, they just all escaped, but they're all working together. And that's why it's propaganda. We're being told salacious stories, but that's not what happened. It's like
we don't know where Princess Vivi is either. I'm gonna venture to
chilling with Sabo.
But the thing, Sabo's not chilling. Sabo's traveling around the world, starting revolution. So that's kind of why I'm like.
Then he's chilling with Dragon,
which makes more sense.
True.
And then I think conspicuous by their absence is Blackbeard and the Blackbeard Pirates. But that'll be a time.
Just dipped out because they saw Blackbeard saw something. Hey, this just happened. We need to go. I'm like, what happened? I don't know. But they left.
We know they're on the move doing something.
So much Oda's done this before. It was the beginning, at Reverie, more or less. That was the most recent thing, and we only just got those, and yet at the same time, he's trickling a couple more things that still have yet to be fulfilled. He's a master. We are all enjoying it. We are blessed.
All right, so
I have a recommendation.
I think perfect because I think we're wrapping up, and it's time to get to plugs and recommendations. So let's go for it.
Plugs and recommendations.
Okay.
From me.
Okay.
I am reading more audiobooks, and by that I mean listening and walking and doing all the things. I read Ready Player One. I read the second book of High Republic. So that started the whole read through and watch through of all Star Wars stuff. Going pretty good. High Republic's pretty dope. I'm already forgotten who the main villains are because it's been 2 books ago. Yeah, and the first book is a huge waiting line. But then Ready Player One is amazing. If you haven't read it, please read it. I was delighted. It was read to me by Will Wheaton, who is a geek god. Yes. Also, I would recommend Ultraman 1 and Season 2 on Netflix. Very good. It's entertaining. Watch it.
All right. I have a recommendation also on Netflix. You guys know I love my isekais. And now I have there's an isekai parody called Uncle from Another World. You've probably seen advertisements for it if you've watched anime on Netflix. But basically, there's this guy, Takafumi, who's 19, 20 at the time, and his uncle has been in a coma for 17 years. But for the whole 17 years, he's been experiencing life in another world. But we only see him coming out of the coma and just adjusting to life after living in an isekai world, but still having the magic and all the abilities. And they decided to make a YouTube channel out of it. And it's very funny because it takes all the isekai tropes and flips them upside down. And yeah, it's highly enjoyable. There's 4 episodes out right now. If you want to watch it, go ahead and do it. I highly recommend it.
Cool.
All right. And then, I don't have any plugs at the moment, but I got really kind of 2 different recommendations. Dude, I've been playing the fuck out of multiverses. I've very much been enjoying it. I am a LeBron James main. It is very stupid, but I've gotten pretty solid with it if I have a teammate. Highly recommended. It's free. Get in while it's free before they start making you pay for everything. I'm sure that's what's going to happen, but I thoroughly enjoy it. Come get the SmackDown. And then the other recommendation I'm going to make for y'all today is actually a music recommendation. There's a band called Soul Glow, and their album is called Diaspora Problems, and they are a punk rock outfit out of like, I think the Philly area. And they're just like, if you like hardcore skate punk, like it's just a group of dudes that are making that. 3 out of the 4 members are black. They say the N-word in their punk songs, which adds a whole new layer to.
I bet.
But if you get a chance to check it out, if you like rock or anything like that, check out their album "Who Gon' Beat My Ass."
Okay, that's a hell of a title.
Well, it's called Gold Chain Punk, and then parentheses, "Who Gon' Beat My Ass." But if you listen to that album and like you're the kind of kid that like played Tony Hawk or skateboarded or any kind of like alt black culture stuff, you'll probably dig them. Watch the music video; it'll trip you out. But yeah, I'm gonna give just some good old like punk rock. Check out Soul Glow, like the product from the movie, but it's the name. But yeah, check them out.
Wow.
I think you'll dig it.
I will.
And Matt, I think specifically, I'm not trying to insult you on this, but I do think you will dig it.
Cool. No, I've been trying to get more into punk because I went to Pittsburgh last year, and like the first band I saw was In Living Color, and then after that, 3 kids out of Missouri who are like, yeah, we do punk too, and I'm like,
call 3 kids out of Missouri?
No, I forget their name.
Okay.
But
we'll talk about this off. We'll talk about this off camera, but if you want to, let's do like a Black Folk punk special.
Yes.
I'd love to go down that with you.
I'm starting to dig into it because especially that kid, he sounds like the guy from the Ramones as the lead. He's obviously black, and it was just like, huh.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
I got some shit for you. Like in the mid 2000s, there was a group called Whole Wheat Bread out of Duval County, Florida, and they
I gotta dip out a little early. I appreciate this.
Yeah, we should probably, we should say bye to everybody.
We'll chat later.
And
this has been the
thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, we'll be back in a couple weeks. We'll try to figure out a schedule.
バカみたい子供なのね夢を追って傷ついて嘘が下手なくせに笑えない笑顔見せた I love you もろくに言わない口下手でほんまに不器用なのにどうしてさよならは言えたのダメだねダメよダメなのよあんたが好きで好きすぎてどれだけ強いおさ